afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to Humber South, where we are getting ready to go for what should be an absolute feast of footy today. We've got the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final between the Etobicoke Kangaroos and the Hamilton Wildcats. My name is Nick Papadakis. I'm joined by Joshua McLean. How are you, Josh?
I'm super excited, Pav. It's that wonderful time of year, September. We love September footy, and you can just feel it in the air. Should be a great contest today between these two sides.
I agree with you there, J-Mac. Now, listen, we've got two pretty competitive teams out there today. It's actually a grand final rematch. This time last year, these girls came up against each other, and it was the Roos who came away the victors. This year, very different looking teams. The Roos still do have some good players, so we'll talk about them first. Obviously, on their team, they have the MVP, Nicola Kerwin. They've got the Rookie of the Year in Amanda Irwin, and they've also got the leading goal kicker, Erin Lognane. So a very stacked squad in just those three ladies. What else do we know about the Roos, J-Mate?
Well, we know that they've got plenty of finals experience, of course. Minor premiers last season, minor premiers this season. They did have a great season, 8-1, finishing it off. So they are certainly the team to beat, given they've been so strong at this level, Pap.
Absolutely. Now, we can't discount the Hamilton Wildcats. They finished 6-2 at the end of the year. They had a very strong outing. Actually, the last time that these two clubs played a few weeks ago, it was Hamilton that ended up with the win. So it's absolutely not a guarantee either way. This team's very, very strong. They've got a good defensive outlet in Daniel Kamoli, so they can work really well, and also using Michelle Grinberg off that half-back line just to smash it into the forward line. Very, very dangerous team. So my prediction today, although the weather is beautiful, I think the Roos might just have the edge because they've got that silk. How about yourself?
It's going to be interesting. I think the start will be important. We saw last year's grand final, the Roos started pretty poorly. Mm-hmm. They came back and won in a good second half of footy. I think they'll probably come out a bit stronger this year, having learned a lesson from that. I think the Roos by a couple of goals.
Absolutely. Okay, I agree with you. Look, mate, we are going to go to a break, and we'll be back right after this for the opening bounce of the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final on Rogers TV. Thank you. Welcome back to Rogers TV. We are moments away from the opening bounce of the Women's Grand Final between Hamilton and the Etobicoke Kangaroos. Should be a cracking game. As you can see, the weather is fantastic. Umpire Brian Duncan is out there ready to roll. J-Mac, excited?
Pumped up, Pap. Looking forward to a great grand final here.
So just doing the last minute proceedings. Umpire Duncan should be raising the ball any moment now. In fact, there it is. And we are ready to get underway. Just checking the times and the scores. For those of you tuning in for your first game of footy, sit back and enjoy the ride. If you're an experienced campaigner like myself watching the footy, also enjoy the game. It should be a really good one. Just getting the last minute things together here. Keep an eye to the left of screen there. Just by the ball, that's Nicola Kerwin hovering around. She's a good ball sneak, that one. She's going to get the ball pretty quickly. And should have a pretty big impact today. So just awaiting the last moments here. J-Mac, any last thoughts before we get underway?
Interesting to see Michelle Grinberg lining up in the middle. Often we see her running off a half-forward flank and kicking goals, but she's in the midfield to start off here, Pat.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Yeah, she can also run off the half-back line, as you said. Very, very strong rugby background. Can run quite quickly and has very powerful legs, so can move it quite far as well in terms of kicking. Just a bit of a hold up here. You can see her on screen there in the number 30. He looks a bit small. There's Kerwin there, Amanda Irwin in the number 9. She was our Rookie of the Year this year, her first game of footy. Can kick it an absolute mile. If you see her lace and whole boot into that thing, it will go an absolute metric mile, mate. It's very powerful.
Well, it's a slightly shorter field, the women's field, to the men's grand final, which we'll see later this afternoon. So if she gets hold of one, she could just about kick one from the middle.
Absolutely, she'll be able to roost it. I think we're ready to go. We're finally underway here. Ball is up, and it'll get tapped down, and the game is underway. Goes to ground. Chasing after that is Lognane for the Roos. She's going to get plenty of it today as well. Lognane goes again, scoops it out the back to Kerwin. Kerwin on her right foot. That's a long kick. Goes inside. Chasing it down for Hamilton is Candice Kwan. She's going to get it back. Hand passes out the side. Gets it to a teammate there in Spicer. Spicer under pressure, gets it out beautifully. Hamilton repel the quick attack from the Roos, and they're out on the outside wing. Off they go.
Interesting start for both sides here as Hamilton with an opportunity to potentially go forward, breaking the tackle and playing well. The Hamilton player there now picking up is Rutkowski. Rutkowski couldn't quite get hold of it in the end, and now the Roos go forward. Good attack on the footy there by Emily Spicer. Spicer gets a handball out, now a long kick forward. Pap, they might be a chance to get on the scoreboard early here, Hamilton.
Could be indeed. Liz Croc just got absolutely laid out in her first game back against the old firm. She's a former Hamilton player. A bit of a contested play going on here. Ball's held up. Will the umpire ball it up? No, umpire skip, lets it go. Gets out the back. Could be in the back. There's a free kick there. Umpire says, give it to me. Ball up. Opening moments of this game. Feisty start, J-Mac.
Hot start for both sides.
Have a quick look at the replay here. You can see, I apologise, it's not actually Liz Croc. And the number 2 there, that would be one of the players, Marianne Murray, one of the Irish girls on the Rouge. She got tackled very beautifully by Hamilton. Britta Quinn gets brought down with the ball. Another Irish import. She didn't get rid of it quick enough. And, I think that's a misunderstanding of the rules there. So, in AFL footy, if you don't give the ball back to someone on a free kick, it is a 50-metre penalty. So, and a costly one at that. So, this is actually going to put Hamilton just within striking range. I don't think she's got the range to kick a goal from here, but brings the ball forward quite a bit. I think in the women's rules it might be a 25-metre penalty considering the size of the field.
I think you're right, mate. So Jocelyn Halliday will bang it with the right boot. Gee, she got a good piece of it. I think she might have put it through. She has. It's the first goal of the grand final, and it goes the way of the Cats, Pap.
What a goal, mate. I'll take that back. She absolutely drilled that. Put that, and easily as well. The person had no chance to tap that over the line. What a great goal. Good on you, Jocelyn.
Well, we mentioned pre-game, Pat, the Hamilton Cats last year in the grand final, they jumped the Roos. They got a great start. They kicked the first couple. Might be seeing a bit of deja vu here.
Absolutely. The Roos started strong out of the midfield, but they were just repelled. And then, as we mentioned, if we look at the replay, that costly free kick in 50. And then what a bomb. I don't think I can kick him that far myself. That is a great kick. Well done.
I don't go that far on my holidays, Pap.
Good stuff. Ball back into the middle now. It's contested on the ground. Picked up well by Irwin. It's going to get cleared out by Amaral, but it's picked up by Hamilton, and here they go again inside 50. Big booming kick. Dropping down. Good defence down there by the number 10 for the Roos in Berlioz. Goes back inside, and Berlioz will clear it now. Dangerous kick up to the slot. Could be marked by any player from either side. Umpire's blowing the whistle. We've got a player down in the middle there. It's number 8 for the Roos. That's Madison Amaral, who's down. I don't know if players stop yet. She's hurt. She's not feeling well. Greg Everett's out in the field. Play does go on, though. We'll maintain that. We'll get back to Madison in a moment. Brought down without the ball. Umpire didn't see it right there. Should have been a free kick to Hamilton. Ball coming out. Roos under enormous pressure. Hamilton laying it on. Goes to the top of the square. Bouncing. Out of bounds on the full. Be a free kick. We're just checking to see if Maddie's all right. He's in the middle of the ground looking a bit ginger. She looks okay to me, though, Josh.
Yeah, she's up and about and on her feet now, which is great news. Let's take a look and see what happened. It was in the contest. Just not quite sure yet. Maybe not this play. That looks like Van Seven being tackled. That may have been a different play, Pat.
Yeah, it was indeed. So that should have been a free kick to Hamilton there. She was brought down without the ball, threw the arms up, but no free kick paid. So as the play goes on, the ball comes out from the free kick to the Roos, but it's bounced out of bounds. So in this league, normally you would throw the ball in over the head. However, because of small field, the umpires will just ball it up. But it looks like they're doing a throw-in this year. Maybe for the grand final, it's a different ruling, Jamie.
Maybe. Or maybe that gentleman just wanted to get a touch of the footy. Anyway, he throws it in over his head. Battling for it was Rutkowski. Now the Roos out the back with a nice-looking hand pass. They can break from half-back if they can just get hold of it. There are Hamilton numbers across half-forward, though. And now Hamilton outnumber the Roos through Halliday. Banging it on the boot. There is a Roos player backing back into the hole with courage. Couldn't quite take the mark, though. And now the Cats with an opportunity. Although the Roos have the numbers, and it looks as though the number 10, that's Berlioz today. She can clear.
She does clear it out well, dropping a mark before with Selena Amaral, but coming back straight in is Hamilton. Good sliding mark down there, taken. Not taken. Play on. That's Lognane. Very uncharacteristic of Erin to drop those ones. And she gets stripped, and umpire says free kick, Hamilton.
Holding the ball.
Oh, it's a long range one. Interesting. Brian Duncan further up the field. Did see the right angle, and he's called it.
It's interesting. So, there was an umpire closer than him.
Yep, might have been the angle, I reckon. If Brian Duncan was a bit further back, he might have seen the other side of the play, and if he saw it, then he saw it. So free kick here to Hamilton. They're going to have another crack. I didn't quite catch the number there.
It's Rutkowski again with another chance to put a goal through, but didn't quite make the distance on this occasion, Pappy.
So it just throws out of bound there. We're going to have another boundary throw-in, or maybe a ball up. We'll wait and see. I think maybe they've adopted the old boundary throw-in for this game today, J-Max. So we'll stick with that. But, yeah, I believe the old mate down there wants to just get a hands on the pill and throw it in. Goes inside now, inside 50 for Hamilton again. They're in front 6-0. picked up by the Roos, and there's Lognane again using her skill, clears it out. Coming through is Britta Quinn. She needs to butter up and fix up for her mistake. Great work there. Intercepted by Hamilton. Geez, their pressure's fantastic. Perfectly picked up by the number 20 in Halliday. Inside 50. Big punch. Good forward pressure from Hamilton. They are playing lights out footy right now. Ball down, and umpire says free kick. And is it holding the ball? It might be going the way of Hamilton.
It will be.
Free kick to Van Sevenen. Let's have a look here. Ball goes to ground, is trying to pick up the free kick here. Gets dragged to the ground. Ooh, I don't know about that. That's a pretty harsh free kick.
That's harsh. You've got to, the rule is you have to have prior opportunity and an opportunity to get rid of the ball. She didn't really have much time there, but Van Sevenen it is. Can she put the Cats up by 2 goals? Van Sevenen, I think she may have put it through. She has. First 2 goals to the Cats. What a start for Hamilton here, Pabs.
Absolutely scintillating start here. They've been pressuring on the ball. They've got their free kicks to get them in front. There's booming free kick goals that have put them through. Very impressed with the start.
This is literally deja vu. Same as last year's grand final as Van Sevenen puts it through from about 25 out on a slight angle. She had very little trouble clearing the posts. Gee, what a start for the girls in black and yellow. It's been an absolute rip-roar of a start for them. The Roos, they need to respond, Pat.
Absolutely. They've come up the QEW and put a few pins in the cushion, mate. Here they come now, back into the middle. Balls are contested out of the middle. Umpire says, give it to me. So if you're watching on television, we're playing down at Colonel Samuel Smith Park. It's down at Humber South in Etobicoke. Beautiful ground, well maintained by the city. Very, very thankful to have it as a place to play. Very good community of footballers. We love to play. If you want to have a go, reach out to your local clubs. There's stacks of them around. Feel free to jump on the AFL Ontario and find your closest club. Amaral, well done to her. She cleans it out, but unfortunately straight down the throat of the Hamilton player in Candice Kwan. She's got it off the half-back line, and she'll clear it towards the midfield.
Good to see Kwan just being employed across the half-back line and playing in that loose in defence role as the Cats again go forward. It's a rolling ball. Does Van Sevenen get to it first? It was almost a bit of a Stephen Milne opportunity where it didn't quite bounce for her. And now the ball in the pocket should roll out of play, but gee, wouldn't that have been amazing? 3 goals in a row, Pap.
The old fresh airy. She just ran at it, went for the old soccer goal. She had the speed, though. 3 of those Roo girls could not catch Van Sevenen. Let's have another look here. 3-on-1. She went for a swing of the boot, missed it, and then the Roos went to take it out of bounds. She's a great tackler. She does not let anything off those.
She's strong as an ox, Van Sevenen. She's got that vice-like grip, and once she grabs hold, you can't get out of it. Out the back, waiting for the ball, that's Greenberg. Greenberg looks to come back in board, but there was plenty of pressure by the Roos. Now a quick kick down the wing by the Roos, and it'll roll out of play, but at least the Roos have got it out of the danger zone.
So Hamilton just still maintaining that pressure. They can't get it forward of midfield, which is very uncharacteristic for the Roos. They've got a full squad in. Maybe it's that time of year that Hamilton have worked them out. They've been that dominant for that long. And like I said, the last time these 2 clubs played, Hamilton showed up. And Hamilton played really well. So we've got a great match-up on our hands here. Can the Roos respond? So here they go now, Hamilton going back inside 50 or towards that. Contested ball in the air. Goes to ground. No one any possession yet. Hamilton do pick it up. Hand pass along the ground. Little grubber. Great pick up by Van Sevenen. Gee, she's had a good quarter. Tapped down the ground and not collected by Erica Scott. Plenty of Roos there. They've got to help each other. Lay some blocks here. Barron's got it there. She paddles it forward out of defence. That's Reloader for the Roos. Gets surrounded and tackled by Rutkowski. Goes to ground. Still Reloader. Rutkowski missed the tackle, was Irwin. Ball goes to ground. Very good pick up there. This was Kamoli, usually a defender. Goes inside 50. Chasing it down there is Emily Kokoran. Picked up. Out the back to Kamoli. Kamoli puts it on the boot. Smothered well by Kerwin. Goes to ground again, and Hamilton still have it. Rutkowski. They cannot get it outside of the 50, the Roos. Battling very, very strongly, but cannot get it out. Ball's held up, probably a boundary throw in here. Will the umpire let it go? Cleared out by Barron. Here they go, the Roos, and they're finally away.
And the Roos are away. Great opportunity to go forward. Waiting all on her own air is Quinn. Can she gather? Quinn needs to get hold of the footy here. Now she's under immense pressure as she's closed down by Kwan. And although there is another Roos player up the back, was dragged down with the footy, and the mark is taken. Maybe could have got a high tackle, Pat.
I think, I was just watching the play on that tackle. I think we've got a pretty bad injury out there. I saw a knee go. I think that's Kiara Mitchell down on the ground. She went the wrong way and she screamed out. I hope she's all right. She's up and moving, but she's not well, Kiara Mitchell, so they need to pay attention to that. Play goes on. Umpire says, give the ball to me. Yeah, that was, I think she's okay. She's limping. It's just the way she was pulled back Could have been a potential hyperextension there. You don't want to see that. Reloader goes up for the tap. Sorry, Irwin for the tap for the Roos. That's Reloader there. Hand pass over the back. Not that would annoy a coach. Coach Dewhurst would be pulling her hair out at that. You don't like the over the shoulder hand pass unless you're Tom Liberatore. Flip him down to the ground. And back to the ground and up. Ball free kick to the Roos here in the middle, so they could have a chance to go forward.
This is a great opportunity now as all the players from Hamilton flood the forward line. Let's take a quick look at that tricky little play. Oh, yeah, Pap. Luckily, her leg came out before she landed. I think if it had stayed underneath her, it could have been a nasty injury. In the end, probably lucky. Umpires pulled out a 25-metre penalty here. I didn't see what it was for. We were watching the replay, but this is an opportunity for the Roos' first goal, and certainly their very first inside 50 of the game, Pat.
I kept an eye on it. I think it might have been encroaching the zone, so if you go too close to the player, it's a 50-metre penalty. Nicola Kerwin, one of the best shots in AFL football, or Ontario AFL football for the women's, MVP of the league, and she kicks the first goal of the year for the Roos in the grand final.
Big one too. They needed it. They needed to just steady, take a breather, get themselves on the scoreboard, and now back within a goal. But really, I have to say Hamilton probably had more of the possession early on in this game, Pap, as we take a look at that pretty comfortable goal in the end, straight through the middle.
Definitely, you're right there, J-Mac. Hamilton have absolutely dominated this game. Obviously, the Roos get one back through a 50-metre penalty. But yeah, all over them, the Wildcats. Roos need to respond very quickly here as the ball is now back into the middle. Tap down. Collection by Rakowski. She goes with the soccer option. Picked up. Got to grab that. That's Lognane there. She's been double teamed by the looks of it, which is probably a good idea. She's a very talented player. Leading goal kicker in the league this year. Big kick by Kamoli. Goes down. Should be marked by player back there. It's Selena Amaral, sister of Maddie, as you've probably seen before. And Selena will look to switch to the other side. Another coach's credo. Don't go down the middle unless you're sure. Britta Quinn, the pocket rocket. She butters up and gets her own ball. Gets it on the boot. Marked by Lognane. No, it's not. I cursed her. The old commentator's curse. Hand pass over the top. Turned over. Goes to Grinberg. She spins. Doesn't get it. Kamoli. That should be holding the ball, thinks J-Mac. Whistle's been blown, and free kick paid to Hamilton. Not sure why.
Interesting. Greenberg took on the tackler. She was tackled and didn't dispose of the ball cleanly. We'll see here. Greenberg, she's got it. She's tackled. Maybe got a slight hand on the footy. The umpire might have seen a hand pass, but in the end, goes the way of Hamilton. And now they will have another opportunity to bomb it inside 50. And it looks to be the number 31, Lise Kiefer, that will have the opportunity to kick. And now she does kick down. It's a 2-on-1 though. Roos with all the numbers. They should collect comfortably, and they do, Pap.
They do. It's Marianne Murray taking the mark back there for the Roos. Good defensive work and set up just to intercept that. Quinn goes back with courage. She's almost got her head taken off. That's Quine trying to get it at the back. Britta Quinn again. Gee, she's on fire. She does not want to let this go. Surrounded by Wildcats. They're doing well. Good pressure by the Wildcats to get numbers to the ball. Britta Quinn again. She's had plenty of it in this first quarter. Amaral, Madison, clears it out. And again, she kicks it straight down. So I feel like Quan's got her number read. She's just going to bomb it every time, and she's going to be sitting right underneath it.
Well, what Coach Alice Dewhurst may have to do is put a defensive forward on Quan just to stop her from having such an impact. She's cleaning up everything across the half-back line as we see now Hamilton with a great opportunity again through Kiefer. Kiefer bangs it on the boot. It's high up and under looking for Van Sevenant. Van Sevenant couldn't bring it down, but she was quick to recover. Now Kiefer, can she have a shot at goal? She handballs out wide, and it is a flying shot at goal looking down for Jodie Flute. Flute flew, but couldn't quite grab it. Now Flute's taken down. It's a brutal contest going on at the moment, perhaps, as the girls go flying at the footy.
It is on down there, J-Mate. Look at this for physical footy. Who said women can't play footy? This is nuts. Ball is down on the ground, picked up by Amaral. She goes for it. Van Sevenant! She's got it! What a goal off the ground. All clear, says the umpire, and out of nowhere, Hamilton get another one.
All of a sudden, 3 goals straight for the girls from Hamilton. Wonderful start on this girl, Van Sevenant. She's been everywhere down forward. Probably the best player on the ground at the moment, you feel. She's certainly impacted the scoreboard more than any other player. She puts through a second, I believe.
Very, very good start to the game by Hamilton, and especially by this young lady, Van Sevenant. She has been unreal. 2 goals to kick off the game, mate. Hamilton are up 3 straight, 18 to just the 1 goal for the Roos, 6. This is getting dangerous for the Roos.
They need to respond again. They did respond the last time they were challenged. They kicked a goal, but they've got to do it again here. Coach Dewhurst over on the side, having just a little bit of trouble here in the early stages containing Hamilton's forwards. Might need to put a spare player down in the back line for the Roos as the Roos now come out of the middle. Looks as though we've got a whistle, and that might be quarter time.
I feel like it might be. Yeah, indeed it is. So there you go, 15-minute quarters. Geez, that quarter went quick. What an entertaining game of footy.
Brilliant stuff. What a start to this grand final.
Absolutely, very, very happy. If you're a Hamilton supporter, you'd be sitting at home thinking, what a start. They've come up the QEW, they've ruffled a few feathers, and this is very, very similar to what happened last year. They came out a little slow, the Roos, and Hamilton took advantage. 3 straight goals to 6. Van Sevenant's on fire. They're playing really, really well off the half-back line, like we said, through Quan, and they're just on top. Look, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to come back in a few minutes, and we're going to get underway for the second quarter of the grand final on Rogers TV.
Almost all set for quarter number 2 as the players come back out to their positions. What a start we've had to this game. 3 goals to the Wildcats and just the 1 goal to the reigning premiers and the minor premiers, the Roos. They need to respond here. I'm sure Alice Dewhurst would have had a chat to them at quarter time, perhaps, and maybe regrouped.
Yeah, that's right. They've got a good experienced group on the sidelines there. A few of the boys from the Roos team have come down as well. You've got Hazler over there, and Burnsy and a few of the other lads would have got ears and given a few tips, but yeah, Coach Dewey knows what she's doing, and I'm sure the Hamilton side as well. And they do start well with Kerwin. Big bombing kick, rolling, needs it. Good defense, and wow, they went hard there. That might have been Quan coming in, and she saved a certain goal.
That would have been a wonderful start for the Roos. I tell you what, though, the one thing we should say for the Roos, they do have precedent. Last year's grand final, they were down a couple of goals, and then they came back and they had a massive second half and won the premiership. Let's take a look at what was a very courageous diving effort from both girls in the end. Hamilton knocked it through. And there are the girls just on screen seeing that point. We are now back live as a great opportunity going forward. I think it's Kerwin has a flying shot at goal, but this time just missing. So back-to-back shots at goal here for the Roos, and 2 points is the result.
That's exactly right, J-Mac. So Kerwin just flying through right now. Amanda Irwin having a good start to the quarter as well. And yeah, responded well coming out of the blocks, the Roos, but still just not finding the target. Ball goes to ground, and we're inside 50 for the Roos. Might be the scoring end on the left here. J-Mac left of screen. Goes to ground again, keeping their feet. That's rule number 1 of footy. Try and stay on your feet. Kerwin loops around. High kick. Won't go towards goal. Dropping down. Drops back. There's Grinberg again playing. Sorry, Quan playing that sweeper role, if you will. Picked up. Oh, what a tackle. Should be holding the ball. She got a hand pass away, says the umpire. Probably a bit closer than I am. But great defensive tackle there. Had no chance to get that away. It gets wrapped up. Umpire's got to blow the whistle, he does, and we'll get a ball up right in front of goal right at the start of the first quarter.
I'm not sure what happened to Kerwin at quarter time, but I think she's had a few Red Bulls. She's come out firing.
She's had Michael's secret stuff.
All right, so we are back underway with the ball up and waiting at the back again. Gee, she's had so much of the ball in that, well, I guess, half-back position. Kicking long, Quan it was, and trying to grab hold of the ball there, that was Corcoran. Coming out the back with the ball, that's Loughnane. Keep an eye out for her today as she kicks it forward. And that name again, it's the number 6, Nicola Kerwin. And another chance at a goal here, Pat.
So the old firm connecting. That's Loughnane taking a good possession, took on a few and got away. And then Kerwin just too good for her opponent. Massive kick. It's going to come back. Goal for Kerwin. What a crack. And the Roos are back.
They are back in town, absolutely. And gee, they needed that. And Nicola Kerwin, wow, what a start after quarter time. She had 3 kicks and a hand pass in that first passage of play straight after the break. She's put through the goal that she probably deserved after what was a wonderful piece of play. In the end, she had no troubles with the distance. Gee, she's bombed that a mile, Pappy.
Great. Looking at the replay there, that is a great strike of the ball. We're lucky enough to be sitting right behind us. We saw it just curve around. That was Buddy Franklin-esque. It just came back and worked its way in. What a great goal. So the Roos respond. Hamilton need to find a way to bounce back. You can't count either of these sides out. Both very good. Punch down now out of the ruck by Kerwin. She's doing it all right now. Tapped along the ground. Can't get fast enough there for the Roos. Was the number 14 in tricks. It's out the back here. Quan gets tackled by Quinn. That's holding the ball every day of the week, and Britta Quinn earns her free kick back. So Britta Quinn wraps up someone very hard to tackle at the end of the day. She's looking for an option here. She's got to go deep. Calling hard for it down there was a Roos player. Goes to ground. That's Murray. Goes to ground again. It's falling down. Quinn's still there. Chased her own kick. Goes out back to Reloader. Hamilton have got it there as well. Plenty of numbers around the footy. Umpire says, give it a rest, ladies. Give it to me. And he'll ball it up inside 50 for the Roos. And Reloader's looking a bit ginger getting up there.
Well, it's very rare, Pappy, that we say early in the second quarter the game's on the line. But, gee, I'll tell you what's happening right now is we are seeing the Roos come back hard at Hamilton as we see that wonderful tackle by Quinn, which earned her that holding the ball decision. And now, back alive, the Roos have got an easy shot at goal. Looks as though it's been a penalty all the way to the goal line, Pappy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. From what I saw, it was a ball up, but there might have been an issue after the play. And I think the shot on goal is going to Janessa Reloader. So it might have been a high tackle. I think the other umpire came in and mentioned there was a high hit. Reloader needs to kick this one. She does, and she gets a goal. I saw her miss one of those down in Hamilton last week. She did a great job, and Reloader gets it. The Roos are in front.
Come out hard after the break here, the Roos, and they've gone bang, bang all of a sudden. They have their first lead of the grand final. Wonderful stuff here from the Roos. Full credit to them for fighting back after really being outclassed in the opening term, as we see that wonderful goal by Reloader back over the umpire's head for the lead for the Roos, and they are back in action here, Pappy.
They are indeed. The Cats need to respond here. They need some of their leaders to stand up. I haven't seen enough of Emily Spicer or Kamali in this quarter yet. Rinkowski's got to get back into it. Van Sevenen's gone missing. Obviously, it hasn't gone down forward too much. Maybe put her up the ground just to lay her body in. But the Roos are just all over. And here they come now. Lognane. She's got the pace. Flicks it out the back. Tapped down by Hamilton. Good defense. Contested footy. We love this kind of stuff in the commentary booth here. It's coming out. Another great tackle by Quinn. I tell you what, she's going to get my best on ground if she keeps going like this. Amaral, Madison gets it out the back to Irwin. That's Kerwin, I'm sorry. Kerwin gets it straight down the throat of a Hamilton player. They'll go back up the middle, and here comes Van Seven, and she wants that footy. Good on her. She needs to come up the ground and make an impact. Bang goes Van Seven. Good night, sweet princess. She's out.
What a tackle that was from Van Sevenent. She is a wrecking ball when she gets the body in front of her, and she grabs hold and doesn't let go. As now the Cats with a chance across half-back. This is Tomaisen. Tomaisen goes down the wing. Collecting now is Barron, although she left it behind. Van Sevenent with another great smother. Now Van Sevenent chasing after the footy. She's got an open forward 50. In the end, she doubles back and takes her time. Kicks it to the hot spot. Flying for the footy, that was Corcoran. She couldn't pull it down. Now the Wildcats with a chance. This should be a goal to the Cats. She's missed it. It was a golden opportunity to hit the lead again, Pap, and it wasn't to be, but what an exhilarating passage of play.
I have got goosebumps, J-Mac. This is unbelievable. I said it, Van Sevenent needs to make an impact. She flew up into the contest, laid out someone, and then getting into the next contest, she just imposed herself, willed herself on the game. And that was exciting stuff. Fresh airy from a very unsuspecting character down there. Not so great. Gets her, butters up her own mistake. They're under pressure now.
Oh!
Van Sevenent wants none of it. She's got the footy. Goal! 7-point play to Hamilton. And they're back, and the Roos are lying around like walking wounded.
Van Sevenent has left a trail of destruction everywhere she goes. She's just laying them out on the ground, Pappy.
Mate, I cannot tell you what's going on here. Vicky Barron went down. We've got an injury down here. Hopefully she's okay. But it is absolutely outstanding how Hamilton's come back here. Going hard to the ground. That's the number 7 for the Roos. That's Selena Amaral. Ouch. Now, she's already got a bit of a bad ankle from what I know. I don't think it's an injury there. She seems pretty ginger getting up. Bang. Might be a neck issue. Ooh, see that? The head hit the ground.
That's what it was.
Ouch. Yeah, okay. She's all right. We'll come back to that in a moment. Play goes on, but Hamilton responding. They're back in front. It's 4-1-25 to 3-2-20. Van Sevenent has her third goal of the game, and they're back out in front.
Now the Cats with another opportunity to go forward. This is a seesawing affair. Don't go anywhere, folks, as the girls go flying in at the footy. Big pack of players milling around it, but first to recover was Kiefer. Kiefer taking the ground, and she had prior opportunity. Umpire says holding the ball, and a great opportunity now for Britta Quinn. Go back. In fact, it was Amaral. Quinn had it initially. She handed it off to Amaral. The umpire asked for Amaral to take it. It was a good-looking kick downfield to centre-half forward. Now Quinn has an opportunity. Grabs hold of the footy. Looking downfield, but couldn't quite take the mark. That was the flyer, Kerwin. And now a quick hand pass out the back. It's Hamilton with possession. Although they've lost it. Loughnane, the leading goal scorer. Has she done it again? Loughnane, it's just missing.
Minus score to the Roos. I tell you what, it is exciting stuff here right now. They want to score to Lognane, and they're just creeping back in. I tell you what I've noticed is a big difference here is that we've got a couple of girls in the team who have Gaelic background on the Roos side. I know they're missing Grenier Archibald and Louise McCafferty. Some of those girls that know how to use the ball, but those Erin Quinns and your Britta Quinns as well, I should say Erin Lognanes, they know how to use the ball as Gaelic players. Back down the ground, no mark taken, goes to ground. Got to use her body. Liz Croc there playing pretty hard. Gets the ball out. Ball's dropping down. There's Lognane. What a grab above her head, and she's going to go again here, Erin Lognane.
That's why she's considered one of the best players in the country, folks, and now she goes long with her right boot, looking for the flying Kerwin, but she couldn't pull it down. Now Quinn gets the crumbs. Lovely little kick. That was wonderfully played by Quinn, although it wasn't 15, the umpire said. Kick to the middle, and a nice mark is taken at the top of the square. Now the Roos need to calm down here. Tricks, I believe it is.
Chrissy Tricks, normally a defender, doesn't take too many shots at goal. Looks pretty composed. Goes back and slots it. Chrissy Tricks with the goal, and the Roos are back in front.
Gee, what a game of footy we've got here. It's seesawing, it's back and forth, it's to and fro. Trixie, she's gone back, Chrissy Tricks, and had no trouble. She wasted no time, did she? She was pretty confident.
Not at all. She did not bugger around with mental games or setting herself up. She just took the grab, took a few back, and just slotted it through as normal. Sometimes that works for players. You've got to visualise. I mean, for me, I'm not a great shot at goal myself, but I visualise just kicking it to someone behind the goals. And if you can just aim for that or aim for a tree in the distance or something like that, it actually works a lot better than thinking, geez, I've got to get it between these two big poles. So well done to Tricks to come up and kick that goal, an unsuspecting goal kicker. And here comes Lognane again. Geez, she's on fire. Goes out wide. Barron didn't take the mark. Needs to do better with that. Goes to ground. Free kick now. I'm not sure what's that for. Maybe a throw?
Potentially. I didn't see much in there, Pap. It was all happening too quickly.
All pretty clean to me, and looks like Hamilton will keep going.
All right, so the Cats with a chance to go forward again and continue this wonderful, entertaining quarter. Fan 7, and again it went hard at the footy. She took out Lognane in the process. Neither of them could grab the footy though. Greenberg waiting out the back. Now Greenberg should collect. She's still got time to collect here, Greenberg. And in the end, she did collect, and she was taken down a little bit high, and she's earned herself a high tackle, free kick. Now Greenberg will go back. Let's take a look at that recent decision. There is Greenberg, the number 30. In fact, in the end, she did the tackling on the number 5, Vicky Barron, and got herself a holding the ball decision. In the end, it didn't matter. It's going the other direction. The Hamilton Tiger Cats all committed forward, and now there's Roos numbers in the forward line. Flying for the football, that was Mitchell, I believe. No, she couldn't collect. And surely the Roos can get hold of the footy here. They had the numbers in the end. The umpire has blown the whistle for holding on. I think the Roos will get it.
Yep, they're indicating a sling tackle, I think. I didn't like the way the player was brought to ground, so I think it might be a free kick to the Roos here. That was Kerwin who broke away from the pack. Again, very class player. And this is a great game of footy. It's back and forth. So free kick is going down here to the number 14. So this is Chrissy Tricks again, who's got the ball. And she can go through and kick a second goal. So I like what our coach Dewhurst has done here. Just going with the old switcheroo. She's moved Tricks up from defence. And umpire's just bringing her around. And I don't know if this is within her distance. We'll see how she goes. Lognane's coming through. She wants the ball. No. She gets it. Lognane takes it on. And that is holding the ball, umpire. They risked it. They rolled it. That should be holding the ball. She took it on.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Umpire blows the whistle, and he's called it the Roos way. I'm a little confused, J-Mac.
Wow, I tell you what. Chrissy Tricks, she just kicked a goal from a similar position. She should have just gone back and kicked the goal. But I don't mind her giving it to Lognane because she is the experienced player. She's the leading goal kicker. But in the end, it all kind of fell apart, didn't it? I
was going to say, when the leading goal kicker says, give it to me, you probably give it to him. Ball goes long. Tricks, again, goes back. Rolled through for a minor score, so just one for the Roos.
One thing I want to say, Pappy, Van Sevenen has been probably the most dominant player on the field. She's still lining up at centre-half forward. I'd get her down in the play, get her involved in the play more often, Pappy. I think she's wasted sitting down the forward line.
It might be one of those things of trying to conserve her energy while they're close. I think in the last quarter, when you're real desperate, you might be able to go to it. There she is. They're coming up the ground. They probably just don't want to burn her too early because she's not an on-baller by the looks of it, but she's got the skill to just take over a game, and she does there. Speak of the devil. Drops down 3-on-1 to the Roos. Amaral goes there. They've got to drop back, which they do. Hamilton doing well to push forward now. Stays on her feet, and that's what the coach says. Stay on your feet. It wins every time. Hamilton stream forward now. Booming kick. It's going to roll. I don't know if it's going to go too close to goal. Roos need to get back. The Hamilton are swarming in as well. Got the pressure. Down there, that's not Kamoli. They get it at the back. Trying to get a hand pass through. Greenberg, the little pocket rocket. Wheels around, got a kick. Goes up high, not 15 surely. Play on, says the umpire. Under pressure are the Roos. Amaral gets back. She's a big kick. Goes to ground. Hamilton have a shot. Goal! Oh no, umpire Bill Conway says touched on the line. Minor score.
Thought for a moment he signalled a goal there. Did he change his mind?
No, I think he always went for the behind. I think
All
it was
right.
a bit of celebration from Hamilton, but just a minor score. So touched last moment and goal-saving touch there from the Roos.
Well, let's take a closer look. This will show us. In the end, it was touched. So good decision from the goal umpire on that occasion, but.
Yeah.
Gee, it's a close game at the moment.
Yeah,
Only 2 points.
Billy Conway, he's one of the top-level umpires in the league. He's been around footy his entire life. I would back him in and make the right call any day of the week. As the ball comes back into the middle, Lognane loves an overhead mark, can take him. Slows it down a bit. I like what she's doing here, just waiting for her girls to get into position. Slow them down. Look at that calming presence out there. She's just commanding her troops, telling them what to do. Ball goes up high, drops down to ground, no mark taken. Kerwin, she sensed the body there, tapped it forward. That's that Gaelic instinct to just tap it onward. Ball goes to ground, clash of heads down there. Players go to the grass. Cleared up the outside wing away from the commentary position. Geez, they must not like playing on this side of the ground. It's rolling downhill, J-Mac. Takes it on. Could have gone too far. Spirally torpedo sort of operation. Rolls forward. Fresh airing. And they'll clear it out here, the Roos. Amaral gets taken on. Lots of players back there. The dangerous and lurking Van 7-8. Minor score. I'll tell you what, J-Mac, we are on edge here.
Yeah, that would have been one of the goals of the year, the soccer goal. Let's take a look at that big hit. The ball came rolling down, and then both players went for it and going flying through the air there. That's Jodie Flute, who was put down with disdain by the number 10. That's Berliot. Berliot.
Go with that.
Nice French name. So, about to go back live. In fact, the umpire has blown the whistle. That's half-time, Pappy.
I tell you what, this is the quickest game of footy for the women's I've ever seen because it is that exciting. It is a 1-point differential. It's 27-28 at three-quarter time. Oh, sorry, at half-time, I should say. This is a cracking game of footy, Jack.
I haven't seen too many better games of footy this season, to be honest with you. And certainly in terms of the women's game, this is a great advertisement for women's Aussie rules footy here in Canada.
Absolutely. So we are just a few things to point out. If you want to have a crack at footy, get down to your local club. We have clubs not only in Toronto, but we have clubs in Ottawa, Hamilton, Guelph, a few others. Some of them have women's clubs. Obviously, all of them are men's clubs. Reach out to your local league and have a crack. If you come from a basketball, rugby, soccer, Gaelic, whatever background, even if you've never played sport at all, come down and have a crack at footy. It's a beautiful thing to do in the summer. But let's talk a bit more about this game, J-Mac. Who's your best on ground so far?
Well, so far, no doubt for the Cats, it has been Candice Kwan mopping up everything across half-back. Also Van Sevenen. For the Roos, perhaps?
Roos, I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a split. I'm going to say Britta Quinn, mainly because obviously your normal players like your Kerwins and your Lognanes are always winning the ball. But I've just, ever since that 50-metre penalty at the start of the game, Quinn's just taken over. But look, we're going to run to a break, a little bit of a break, and we'll come back for the second half. I'm really looking forward to it. Stay tuned on Rogers TV as we come back for the Roos versus Wildcats second half on Rogers TV. Second half of the Roos versus Hamilton Wildcats grand final for the women's AFL Ontario. If you're not familiar, this is Australian rules football. It is a very close and very interesting game, so don't switch the channel. It is worth watching what's going on here. We'll guide you through what's going on if you've just tuned in terms of the rules. But just all you need to know is there is 1 point in this game. There's a half an hour of footy left, and it is going to be outstanding, Jamie. It
has been nothing but entertainment so far. Both those girls on screen. Vicky Barron, she's been involved with a little bit of push and shove there. Corcoran also has been good for the Cats. Hamilton girls, we're just about set for what should be one of the biggest halves of footy in the season, Pappy. Absolutely, and speaking of, we are back underway. Tap is won by Hamilton, and they'll get the first crack at it. What a tackle there! Wow. Amaral says, get out of it. Lays a great tackle, and they earn themselves the first kick of the quarter here through the Roos. Madison Amaral, improved player. She's been at the club for many years, and this is probably her breakout year, I'd say. Very, very useful. Free kick, I think, chopping the arms there by the Roos, and Britta Quinn will stand the mark. So it's a free kick to Hamilton. They'll try and clear it out now.
Going back down the middle of the ground, long, great-looking drop punt. Goes towards Van Sevenen. She's been electric. 3 goals today. Hand pass out the back by Irwin, Rookie of the Year. That's number 2 there, trying to get it through for the Roos. That's the number 2 in Murray. Goes back in, and Hamilton have got it again. Collected very nicely by the number 8 in Kamoli. Kamoli's had a pretty good game, or second middle part of the game. Outside the outside wing, bouncing. Needs to go through. There's Quinn again. She was great in the first half. Needs to maintain her momentum. Quinn goes to ground. Umpire takes it and gets a ball up on the outside wing. Couple of minutes gone.
Interesting start here to the second half. Both sides, so important that they start the second half well. First goal, you feel, will have a bit of an impact on the contest here after half time as the ball goes down forward. Just backing back to try and grab hold of the footy there. Couldn't quite take it, Candice Kwan, but she's been everywhere and she recollects her own footy. Now goes with a 1-2. Kwan, she's a big body and manages to get the ball out to one of her teammates. That's Halliday. Halliday picking up now and losing it out of play.
Yes, you just saw there, Kwan's just stronger than every girl out there, I reckon. She just goes and gets her own footy, lays a bump. A couple of Roos players just bounced off her. She's a very, very solid and very, very good footballer. And she's been probably forgot to mention her at halftime. Very, very good start for her in this game. As the ball is thrown in, middle of the ground. A couple minutes gone in the third quarter here. Premiership quarter, they call it. And here they come, the Wildcats.
Oh!
And tackled and nailed.
Wow.
Kokoran gets absolutely run down by Nicola Kerwin. And the MVP herself, we'll look on the replay here. Look at that, she just smelt blood. And like a lioness, just ripped that one down. She's earned herself a great free kick as Relota goes up for it. Quinn's at the foot of the pack there. Barron for the Roos picks it up, tackled by Greenberg. Out the back to Irwin. And the Roos go back inside 50. It's Lognane. She's front and centre trying to get that pack. Didn't want to go in. Hamilton doing well to hold strong, staying on their feet. A few girls go to ground. Surrounding the ball there, Hamilton under pressure now. Relota's got it, held up. It's got to be a ball up, and umpire Skip says, "Give me the ball," and he will do just that.
A bit of a scrappy start to the second half here. No real clean possession, which you expect. Grand finals always get tight and tense and tough as we get closer to an end result. Season on the line for both sides. Greenberg, she's in there, tries to get a hand pass. Looked like she may have shoveled it and thrown it. Umpire let her get away with it. Now the Roos with numbers out the back. A big flying shot down forward. Will it roll through? It's rolling and rolling. It goes across goal, and Kwan in the end takes no risks and puts it through for a rush behind.
So just the minor score there for Amanda Irwin, but geez, she's threatening there. So the lead's back out now to 4-5-29, just to 27 on the Hamilton side of things. Very, very important start here. The first goal's oh so important in a 2-point game. Just so you're watching at home, it's 6 points for a goal and momentum puts you very quickly as it's collected by Murray, beautifully by Murray. Dropped out of there, Lognane, very silky. Wheels around Kamoli, hasn't got a chance to catch up. Relota drops a chest mark. Got to go back to Lognane, you think, when she does. Lognane now with that Irish drop. Drops it up there for Mitchell. Yara Mitchell. Taking home post to score. And Peppering.
Great start for the Roos now, just starting to find their feet. That's the last thing Hamilton wants, to see the Roos girls starting to get hold of the footy. They're dangerous players. Lognane has started to get involved now. Quinn also, that's a couple of important touches here in the second half as that's Candice Kwan kicks it to herself and bangs it straight down the middle, although she's kicked it straight to the opposition. Backing back, a comfortable grab there from Maddie Amaral. Now Amaral can take her time. She'll probably put it to the top of the square here. She does, to the hot spot. Flying was Lognane. She may have got to push out. Now she goes in after her own footy. Still Lognane trying to grab hold of it. Now it's out the back, and there is a spare player there waiting for it for Hamilton. Umpires blowing the whistle. We'll have to wait and see. I think it's a free kick to Hamilton. It is. Didn't quite see what it was for. But now an opportunity for Hamilton to go forward, Pap.
Tables return there a bit. It was Kwan bombing it out of defence straight down the throat of Amaral for once. It's been going the other way for the rest of the day, so good pick up by Maddie just to adjust there. Under pressure again are the Wildcats. Are going to have to rush another behind here. Oh no, very well composed was Kwan. She goes out wide to one of her teammates. Maddie Amaral flies. She can collect. She backs back in the pack. She had players in there. Barron's there, and she puts it towards Kwan. She's gone to ground. Kwan's there again. Collected, but not quite. Hamilton have got it under immense pressure and great composure there to clear the ball. Hamilton, Van Sevenet flies, doesn't get it. Marked well by Marion Murray. She still gets her own crumb and goes down the throat of the other Amaral sister, Selena. Well done, and they're away the Roos.
Nice play from the Roos. Now Amaral, she breaks off half back. Greenberg did a bit of a push out from her taller opponent. Umpire let it go. Big quick kick down forward by Amaral, and a good strong mark's been taken. That's Ciara Mitchell. She needs to take her time here, Pat. She's been given a 50-metre penalty. Oh, can you believe it? It'll put her right on the goal line. I wonder what that was for. There wasn't enough time for a player to have run across the mark. Maybe one of the players arguing with an umpire, perhaps?
That's an interesting decision. I've never seen a 50 like that before. Usually they put them 10 metres out. Interesting. Good kick on right on the line. So free goal to the Roos for whatever reason there, but I think it might have been encroaching the zone again. Right. By the time the grand final rolls around, players should know the rules. You can't play in finals until you've qualified. So running too close to the player with the free kick, which could have happened. Now, we're having a look here. Look at that. Yeah, there's players everywhere running near her. Maybe stepped over the mark. And umpire says 50. Or, you know what? Looking at the person on the mark, there might have been a bit of lip there, Joe.
Maybe a little bit of back chat. Anyway, Hamilton need to maintain composure here. The Roos have hit the front again. And they're now clear by 9 points.
5-6-36 plays 27 for Hamilton. Ball's tapped down. Hit out there by Lognane. Gee, she's on fire in this quarter, J-Mac. Mitchell again. Can't get up there. She wants to impose herself the full forward, Mitchell. She does well to collect up. Very smart kick. Quinn couldn't get it. Comes to ground. She should have taken that, Quinn. That would have been perfect. She gets it anyway. She bounces off. Out the back to Lognane. High kick, not a normal kind of penetration. Good punch out of there by Greenberg. Outside the outside wing, it's Kerwin, wheels around on the booming, kicks across the face. And I think it's a minor score.
Well, tell you what, Pappy, there's a reason why they call the third quarter the premiership quarter, especially in grand finals. Hasn't Lognane just stepped up and just got a whole heap of the footy right when the game was on the line? The Roos superstar Lognane has stepped it up. They need to keep an eye on her, Hamilton. They might need to put a tagger on her. It looks as though they are now running a play with her. That's Elise Kiefer, who's standing body to body with her as we get underway again. Kwan with the long kick straight down the middle, looking for Van Sevenet. Van Sevenet went to ground a little too easily. Now the Roos, who recovered better. They can go forward and kick a potential goal here. I think they might have put it through. It's just missed, but what an opportunity to extend it to double figures there, Pappy.
So we're back out to 38-27, so just in front by 11 points here, the Roos getting a little bit of an edge, but yeah, Hamilton are just under pressure here. The Roos have responded. Like you said, in the grand final, that fatigue will kick in any game of footy really, but especially today. That fatigue will kick in, and we saw a bit of a scrappy start, but it's opened up a little bit more now, and as they get more tired, the players with the supreme fitness, like your Lognanes and like your Van Sevenets, will take over even more. Doing the dirty there. What a great little shimmy move by Kiefer. Kiefer for Hamilton. Inside 50 they go. Fluid can't take a grab, couldn't bring it down. Greenberg goes to ground. Amaral on top of her. And umpire says give it to me. So good footy to be starting this one halfway through the third quarter, J-Mac.
Well, incredibly, this is Hamilton's first opportunity to get the ball going forward here in the third quarter. They haven't had a lot of the ball as the Roos again look to maintain control, although it was well picked up by Kiefer. Kiefer with a little dance step and a spin out the back. Now goes long off the right boot. She was looking for a backing back Van Sevenet, who couldn't grab it. Now the Roos have the numbers and they should be able to take it away, although it may roll out of play. It doesn't. Roos players now looking to stream forward. And now a potential opportunity for players to grab hold of the footy and make an impact on the contest. That's the way to make an impact on the contest. Good strong tackle by the Roos player. That was Vicky Barron. She did well, Barron. And now she set up an opportunity for the Roos to go forward again, Pappy.
Here goes Quinn. What a kick. Great pickup. Mitchell got a chance. Rolling. Oh, she keeps it in play. It's still going. Mitchell! All the time in the world. Minor score.
Gee, that would have been good if she dodged around and kicked the goal, but not to be.
5-9-39 plays 4-3-27. They have not scored this quarter, Hamilton, after starting so strong. That was smart by Mitchell, just kept it in play, managed to wheel around. Her player did stay pretty close to her. Tell you what, if she jumped over her, she would have had an open goal.
Yeah, it should have done the hurdle.
Easier to say than to be done than we would think, but ball is now back into the centre of the ground. And umpire says holding the ball, so free kick to Hamilton on the far side. It's going the way Corin. She'll go inside 50 defence. Seven who flies. Can't quite collect. Those mitts need to be grippoed up. And, they paid the mark there, J-Mac.
I think she had 3 bites at the cherry, and sometimes umpires will say that's good enough. Not sure she quite controlled it, but Van Sevenen with a great opportunity on the far side wing. She bangs it on the right boot. Looking down for a Hamilton flying player. That was the number 18, Pappy. Somehow I don't have that on my list. We'll find out who that was in a second. Greenberg, she dropped a mark she probably should have taken. Now dodges back and gives it 1-2. Greenberg again, she's gone, surely. Plenty of prior opportunity, and that's holding the ball.
Absolutely holding the ball every day of the week. Very unlike Greenberg. She usually is better than that, I should say. As Irwin goes forward now, goes to Kerwin. Nicola Kerwin just runs away with it. Very signature move. Goes towards Mitchell. Gee, she's had a good quarter. Great tackle down there by the number 15 for Hamilton. And Rachel Hinkle. Great work playing on Mitchell. She earns herself a free kick and brings the full forward down. So good defensive work there by Hinkle.
Once again, we saw the player collected, was tackled immediately. Not a lot of prior opportunity, but I think the umpire rewarding a wonderful tackle. Now a great shot for the Roos. I think it might have missed, though. It was a good opportunity for Nicola Kerwin, who had plenty of space and time to size up a shot at goal. But the Roos are peppering the goals here. You feel if they can kick a goal or 2 more, they'll be in the box seat to lift that trophy at the end of the match. Kwan, unfortunately, she's kicked it straight to Loughnane. That's not a player you want to be kicking the ball straight to. And Loughnane's kicked it straight back to Hamilton. What's going on out there, Pat?
Oh, I don't know, mate, but they've turned it up another gear here. Hinkle's had a couple of good seconds. The Roos have kicked 4 behinds in a row. Here comes Amaral, goes back inside towards Mitchell. Quinn, she needs a goal. She deserves one. Missed it. 5 behinds in a row for the Roos. So good pressure from the Etobicoke Roos. Hamilton just feeling the weight of that right now. Looking at the replay here, bounced off Mitchell. Smart tap. She's a clever footballer, Mitchell. I tell you what, she's got great awareness.
Well, that's the second clever thing we've seen her do in the last 5 minutes. Of course, previously kept that ball in play and nearly snapped herself a goal. On that occasion, just a deft touch. Set up Quinn. Probably should have kicked the goal in the end. She had plenty of time and space. So now the Cats can break through Hinkle, who takes the mark in the back pocket. Goes on the left boot. Hinkle, she may have put it out of play here. It is out of play, but it wasn't from the kick-in, so it will be a boundary throw-in.
I think that's the first time this game the ball's gone out of bounds on our side of the field here, J-Max. So we get a bit of a prime view. Thrown in by the Hamilton man.
Oh, it's a shocker.
Not a great throw there, Nicky boy. Probably try those again, but that's all right. Goes to ground. Umpire says thrown, and it's a free kick too. I think the Roos in Irwin. So free kick there. Maddie Amaral's pretty upset. She thinks she wants it as well. But we've got Amanda Irwin here, Rookie of the Year, as we've mentioned. First year playing footy. Have a look at the kick on this young lady. This is going all the way. That is a good-looking kick. Big one. Goes towards Britta Quinn. Flies. Does well to get 2 hands on it. Doesn't quite bring it down. Good tackle back there by Trix. Here they go again, the Roos. Quinn, I tell you what, she's very close to being my player of the match. Umpire says thrown. And I tell you what, even though she's got a few things to learn for her skills and learning the game of footy, she's a talented young lady. She just gets the ball all the time.
Well, really, that's the key to any young player who wants to come out and do well at Aussie Rules footy. Task number 1, get the pill in your hands, get hold of it.
Got to mention Morgan Tomasi in there. That was a great tackle, by the way, just to force that throw. Well done, good pressure, textbook around the waist, and definitely saved a shot at goal. Well done to her as the ball's gone to ground. Wrestling for it down there's Amaral, comes out. Now good on you, the umpire. Just letting it go a bit in the grand final. Doing well. Umpire's been pretty good today. Going to get another ball up, or Hamilton free kick by the looks of it. Again, not 100% sure what for, but it's going to go the way of the number 31 in Lise Kiefer.
So Kiefer with a great chance now to get the ball out of the danger zone momentarily, although that's not a player she should be kicking it anywhere near. Loughnane applying the tackle. In the end, umpire has said it was a bit of a throw, so Loughnane, they need to keep the ball away from her. Hamilton, she's been influential.
Like Jocelyn Hallett, sorry to catch you off there, Joe. She
right,
would have been better off just not picking that up, because she knew as soon as she grabbed it, she'd be wrapped up by Loughnane, and she just threw it in the air. I would have been better just holding your ground, box her out, maybe try and paddle it back towards a teammate, because if she had the awareness to know that Loughnane was on her, you've got to be smart enough to be able to work out what the best thing to do, because she's too good just to take her on like that. And she kind of put the bed of it and threw it in the air, just a bit of feedback for her as the ball goes out the back here. It's Kwan, could be out in the fall, no, it bounces, and we'll get a boundary throw in. I tell you what a perfect, we're sitting down here at Humber South. It is a slight westerly breeze. It's probably about 19 degrees. Sun's out. Cannot see a cloud if you paid me. It is a beautiful day down here right now.
That looks like three-quarter time, Pappy. Gee, that happened quickly, didn't it?
I know. I've said it 2 times now. I'll say it a 3rd time. This has been the fastest game of footy I've watched in a while. It's been exciting. It's been close. The Roos definitely controlled that quarter. They kicked 5 behinds and only 1 goal and 6 scoring shots. So didn't use their actions. There's Nicola Kerwin on screen there with Maddie Amaral just getting around each other. They know they're not quite locked in yet. It's 27-41. So 2 goals would put you back in front here. But definitely what an intriguing last quarter we've got coming up.
Well, it's been entertaining, it's been exciting, it's been brutal, and most of all, it's been great fun. We hope you're enjoying this Rogers TV broadcast of the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final. We'll be back with the final quarter of the season right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for the final quarter of the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final between the reigning premiers and minor premiers, Etobicoke Kangaroos, and the very, very fast-starting Hamilton Wildcats. They've been a great contest today. It's a very small lead to the Roos. Anyone's game right now is 41 plays 27. And to start this game, we've got a free kick right away to the Roos, so not the start that Hamilton want. If they've got a chance to win this, they need to score that first goal.
Well, we were just speaking at three-quarter time off camera, Paps, that Hamilton, they have to start well. They have to kick the next goal. If the Roos kick the next goal, you feel a 3-goal buffer might just be enough for them to hang on. Yep. That's all it takes in grand finals, as we see big looking left boot going forward. Quinn was there but elected not to fly. Kwan was uncontested, probably could have marked that one, but now she barges through with that strong body of hers. Hand passes the ball out to clear space. Now Loughnane on the left boot. We've seen her come alive when the game has been on the line. And the Roos, surely they've put it through here. Maybe a cross goal and out of play. Will be a boundary throw in.
So that was Chrissy Tricks there again. She just had another little crack at goal, and it's a 15-point lead now to the Roos. So still need 3 goals to Hamilton, or is it out of bounds on the full? I think I might have just jumped my gun there. Out of bounds on the full, so no behind. It's still 41-27. But yeah, like still a 14-point lead, so 2 goals to get back ahead. That is real close to out of bounds on the full. Good call there by Nick on the sidelines, and out of bounds. Not a good kick there from Hinkle, I think it might have been. And the ball's gone out of bounds. So the Roos will get another crack here. It's Loughnane who will take the free kick. She's going to look to the hot spot. Look out for Kerwin here to fly up and take a grab. Unless Loughnane reckons she can do it herself. Ball flies up. Comes to ground. Quinn's there. Halliday's there. Gets tripped out. It should have been a free kick to Halliday. Reloader gets dirty in there as well. Picked up by the Roos. Snap back in front. And on the last line of defence was Hinkle taking the mark.
I'll tell you what, Pabby, if we put a heat signature mark on this game, there would be a lot of possession currently being, I guess, going underway for the Roos in their forward 50. I think the majority of the ball in the second half of the third quarter spent in that spot, and now Loughnane with an opportunity to bang it back into that very hot spot at the moment for the Roos. Flying for the footy, couldn't quite bring down the mark, was the Roos player. Now a big strong tackle, and what a great tackle it was. I think it was Amaral, in fact it was Nicola Kerwin who laid the tackle, and the player is down. I believe that's Rutkowski. Hopefully she's okay. She landed a little awkwardly. Let's take a look at what was a fantastic tackle.
That's a legal.
It's number 13, Tomayason.
That's a legal textbook tackle there, J-Mac. Well done by Kerwin. That's a reason she's the best in the league, and luckily no one hurt there. She looks to be okay walking off, but yeah, perfect. Just chased it down, wrapped up the arms, made sure the ball was disposed of illegally, and didn't sling her or push her or anything like that. Just dragged her down. So that's a textbook tackle, and that would impress Coach Dewhurst very much.
Well, Nicola Kerwin, it is early stages here of the final quarter of the grand final, but you feel this could be one hand on the trophy. If she can put this through, it'll put them up clear by 3 goals. She goes back. She got a great piece of it, but it's a little to the near side, and it will be through for a behind.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've been inaccurate, haven't they, J-Mac? It's one of those games where they've actually kicked 7 behinds in a row now.
Wow.
They haven't kicked a goal since right at the start of the third quarter, but they've had 6 scoring shots since then. So they're just peppering the goals, not finding the middle, but it's enough just to keep Hamilton under pressure and at bay as the Roos are holding on here. Kerwin just starting to take over. She's supremely fit. Goes inside 50. Mitchell! What a grab! Beautiful grab from Mitchell. Played a bit of rubber ducky with it. Pulled it in and jagged a wonderful mark.
Fantastic stuff. And Mitchell wasting no time. She goes back. What can she do? She kicked it off the side of the boot. She probably could have taken a bit more time there. In the end, Hamilton with an opportunity now, or at least they've dodged a bullet on that occasion. Ball out of play for a boundary throw-in.
So 5-13-42 to just the 4 goals, 3-27. Hamilton have not scored since the second quarter, and that was a sweet grab. Look at that. I didn't even see Wayne Carey do that. Like she juggled that everywhere. Well done to Mitchell. What a grab. Deserved a goal. I think maybe rushed the kick. I think the adrenaline was still pumping there a little bit, Jay.
I think so.
As it's going to get cleared out here by Hamilton as they go back towards the middle. They need to kick a goal right now. We're almost 5 minutes gone in this last quarter. Van Seven needs to step up in this one. She had a great first half. Barron back there, the old general in defence. It's now come out to Kamoli, who flips it out to Grinberg. They need this. Come on, Hamilton. Get one back. They couldn't take the mark there in the 27. That is, I think it's, no, I don't have a number 27. It's gone to ground. We'll come back to it. Ball goes to ground. Is it holding the ball? Umpire says give it to me. It's hot footy right now, J-Mac.
I thought Grinberg may have got a high tackle there. She did get a hand across the shoulder. Not to be. Rutkowski battling in the ruck. Can't quite get the tap though. And now a good opportunity waiting out the back. The Wildcats, they need to have a shot at goal. It was a shot at goal, but the Roos players were in the way. Everyone's flooded down into the forward line now. There's bodies flying everywhere. Rutkowski went down with a big, strong tackle. Umpire lets it play. Fair enough, it's a hot footy, and now umpire says holding the ball. And the Cats have got a great opportunity here to go back and kick the goal they so desperately need to get back in the match here.
I'll tell you what, if the Cats get this one, the Roos are going to regret very, very quickly not taking the chances that they were given. If they've kicked 7 or 8 behinds in a row and the Cats just come down against the flow of play and put one through here, this means a lot, this goal. So I don't know if it's within her distance, but let's see what she's got. Big kick is going goalward. It's not going to make it. What a grab down there. It's taken beautifully by Lognane, the last person you want if you're the Hamilton Wildcats floating around on your back line. And she stops any form of score, and still Hamilton are kept goalless for this second half. Not a good kick there. It didn't really run down. That's very un-Lognane-like. Good tackle there by Liz Croc, the former Wildcat. Van Seven's dangerous. She's smart to keep her head up there. Ball goes to ground. Inside 50, Van Seven on the snap. Goes in front of goal. It's still in danger here. And it's rolled through for a minor score. Smart play by Irwin, I should say. And finally, Hamilton gets something, but not a lot. And it's just a minor score. 4 goals, 4-28. Plays 5-13-42.
I think now's the time for the Hamilton coaching staff to throw Van Seven in the middle. She's been down forward. She barely touched the footy for the last half of footy because the ball hasn't been down there. They can't waste her. Got to get her down forward. Anyway, flying for the ball, that was Kiefer. In the end, she couldn't bring down the mark. The Roos can go forward. Chasing after the footy, there is Spicer. Spicer has a little toe poke kicked away from her. Chasing after the footy now is Quinn. Still in hot contest in the middle of the ground. Great pickup, running kick, going long for Van Sevenen. She needs to mark at Van Sevenen. Now she can soccer it through. Surely, in fact, it was off the side, through for another behind. And the chances, they keep ticking away for the Cats. They need to kick a goal soon.
We're just about halfway or almost halfway through this last quarter. They've got about 8 minutes left to find a way. Hamilton, the Roos, they don't want to flip into hold-on mode. They want to keep attacking if they're going to win this game, because it looks like Hamilton are getting a bit of a sniff. Good mark taken there, very well composed, and I'm not sure why that player's gone to ground there. It could be a hammy or something. Someone's just lied down, decided not for me. As they go, it would have been fluid, I reckon. As Lognane goes to it, she embraced for the tackle there. Brought down, and umpire will take the ball, but I think it might be a hamstring or something there. J-Mac, as fluid's coming off, so that's a big body coming off for Hamilton. That'll hurt their chances a little bit as it's flicked out by Grinberg. Goes along the ground, there's Lognane, she's just all over it. There's Grinberg again on Lognane, paddles it forward. That's smart to do against Lognane. You don't want to get that possession because she'll just nab you like that. Barron for the Roos now. Vicky Barron kicks it towards the middle. Got a taller operator in Halliday on Quinn. Couldn't get it, but Quinn knows how to play at foot level. Goes up high. Ball inside 50 for Hamilton. Great mark taken down there by Marion Murray. And the Roos hold strong. They're just holding on, Jamie.
You just feel they've done enough here, the Roos. They're now clear by 13 points. Not long to go. Time ticking down. The Cats have to score certainly the next goal. In fact, they need to kick 2 in a row. The goal square is open here. It's a flying shot, but it's always going wide for another behind. But that gets them back within 2 straight kicks.
That's very dangerous for the Roos. Well done to Hamilton just to try and get back into this 4-6-30 to 5-13-42. So 12-point lead. 2 kicks would tie this one up, and I'm pretty sure we play extra time. I don't see us coming back here next week. There'll probably be snow on the ground by then. As the ball goes back in towards the middle, it's punched out by Croc. Amaral for the Roos, goes towards Rolota. That's Spice, I believe, below the ball, and Quan puts the rugby hand up. Kerwin says, no chance, mate. Puts enough pressure on her. Rolota got Quan on her, goes to ground, drops it, and it should have been a free kick, and rightfully so. It'll be a free kick to Hamilton as Rolota dropped that like a hot potato. And it's going to go straight to Liz Kiefer.
Huge opportunity for the Cats, but they've got to get it going quickly. Kiefer, a good-looking drop punt, flying for the footy, couldn't take it. That was Halliday. Now Greenberg waiting out the back. This is a great chance for the Cats. It's to the top of the square. Van Sevenant, she couldn't mark it. Still Van Sevenant, and now the umpire's blown the whistle. It'll go the way of the Cats, and they will go back for a shot to make it a 6-point game.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I might have called it early, perhaps.
They need to kick this one. If it goes through, there is more than enough time for Hamilton to win this, and the Roos as well. And look, as a commentator, this is absolutely unreal. As the Roos president, I'm biting my nails a little bit here. I'm trying to avoid that. She's missed.
Oh, she's missed it.
Oh, that's so tough. That is so tough. You can't be missing those shots when you're right in front. That was a golden chance, but they're within 2 goals. So a goal here would put them within 5. But the Roos now, I said it, they don't want to go into turtle mode. They want to just attack and go forward, but Hamilton have done well just to lock them in here. So Barron is going to clear it out.
What a moment that was. Really needed that. So Barron with a good-looking kick. Van Sevenant, that's a play they don't want to be kicking it near. She uses her left boot. Van Sevenant, she's put it out on the full. The Cats can't say they haven't had their chances here, Pappy. They've had a few shots in a row.
It's a polar opposite to the last quarter, isn't it, J-Mac? They've just, the Roos did all the scoring in the last one, lots of behinds, but in this one, it's been all Hamilton, and especially in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They've only got under 5 left, so they're running short on time as their enemy, and if I were the Roos, I'd be taking my time with my kicks here, as it's the Reloader in the back half here, trying to clear it out. Goes towards the middle, Lognane, very smooth operator. Does well to recollect, gets tackled, and it looks to be out of bounds on the far side from the commentary position.
Smooth operator. I did some karaoke last night, Pappy.
No, you sound like you did, mate. A little croaky, are we?
Just a little.
Okay, good.
That's from the singing, not from anything else.
I can understand. It's Barron going back inside. She tries to stop it. It's rolling through. I think that's a goal, and oh my goodness gracious, this is a great game of footy.
It's back to 5 points. What a big moment that was. It was a big booming kick from the number 18, that's Corcoran. Let's take a quick look. It was just a quick snap out of the pack. It turned sideways, did a bit of a Shane Warne leg break. Rolled through for the most important goal of the Cats season, and all of a sudden we are back within a goal for the Cats and with a great finish on our hands, Pappy.
J-Mac, is that the inaugural, the annual grand final Jeff Farmer game changer, is it?
Maybe.
That could be it. That could be the thing that turns the tide for Hamilton. Can the Roos respond, or does the Hamilton train keep rolling? The GO trains come in from Hamilton and they're hungry. Here come the Roos though. They're not going to lie down, the reigning premiers. Here they come again. Rolling along the ground, there's Mitchell at the pack, goes to the floor, Hamilton have to clear it out, it's Mitchell to Amaral, who puts it on the boot, underneath it's Hinkle, she's been fantastic on that last line, and Hinkle's going to clear it out now for Hamilton, back down the line, Liz Kiefer, Kerwin, take control of the game, Kerwin! What a goal!
Kerwin's just about won the grand final for the Roos on the back of that kick. It took Hamilton 2 quarters to finally get a goal, and it was rubbed out and basically reversed within a case of seconds, as Kerwin may have put her hands all over the trophy, Pap, and won it for the blue and white.
I am up and about, J-Mac. That was just what you want from your leader. The person who's put everything into this club this year has come out, snagged that footy, and said, this is my game, and she's kicked an absolute belter from the pocket. The Roos are up by 12, 2 minutes left. Unless Hamilton can get a goal within the next 30 to 45 seconds, I think this is all sewn up. Pushing the back, the frustration comes into it here, and the free kick will go the way of the goal kicker, Kerwin. And they will just take their sweet old time in this one, Jamie.
Pappy can't help but take us back to that shot on goal, 10 metres out directly in front. It was a shot that missed. It would have given Hamilton a chance to eventually take the lead had they have then kicked the goal that preceded it. Anyway, the Roos back the other way. Kerwin ended up kicking what could be the sealer. Still Kerwin. Wonderful looking right boot. Hasn't she lifted when the game was on the line? Now Quinn collects. She's dropped it. Umpire says, I'll have it. Could have been holding the ball, but he blew the whistle before she dropped it in the tackle, Pap.
Oh, what an amazing play. We're down to a minute left. The tensions are high. It looks like the Roos are going to win this one unless Hamilton can do some sort of miracle to get it down the other end. It is balled up and tapped down. Collected by Grinberg. They've got to get it out. 14 minutes gone. 1 minute remaining. Big crunching tackle. The Roos are still hungry. They know they're in the seat. Van Sevenant's battled very strongly today into the middle of the ground. Here come the Roos, and they could be a chance.
Surely it's over now. We are just waiting the final siren as the Tiger Cats, the Wildcats I should say, the Tiger Cats of course, CFL team from the wonderful city of Hamilton. High tackle will go the way of the Roos. Not long left now, final seconds. The Roos will take their time. And it will be the number 17, that's Liz Crock, who will probably potentially have the last kick of the game. She does bang it on the right boot. Looking down for a tall flyer. Loughnane, the leading goal scorer. Loughnane wheeling around on the right boot. It's Loughnane. Could she have kicked it? She hasn't. It's been taken down in the goal square by a Hamilton player. So now Hamilton need to get the ball going to the other end, although it's a lost cause now. Loughnane, she'll end up with the ball in her hands, potentially for the last kick of the game. Erin Loughnane will certainly want to take her time, maybe go back. She can put it through. It will be game, set, and match. In fact, even if she doesn't put it through, it's still game, set, and match now. Loughnane, good-looking kick forward. Flying for the footy there, couldn't be taken. Kerwin, the player who pretty much won the game for her team, and it's all over. The umpires blow the whistle. The Kangaroos are jubilant. The Wildcats, they can't help but feel maybe they were a chance of winning this year. They had their opportunities. They couldn't get it done. And the Kangaroos, congratulations to the girls from Etobicoke. They've taken out the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final for 2016 as they win a couple of premierships in a row. They were minor premiers. They went 8-1. They were the most dominant team of the season once again, same as last season. And they've once again, in deja vu of last year's grand final, they've come from behind and beaten the Hamilton Wildcats, who put up a wonderful, wonderful game and a wonderful effort. In the end, just couldn't quite get it done. For the Cats, a few good players. Kiefer was strong. Candice Kwan also had a great game. Corcoran, she stood up at various stages. And of course, Van Sevenant was so prominent in the early half, but right when they needed her, they just couldn't get her in the game in the second half. For the Roos, Nicola Kerwin, what a wonderful game from her. She kicked the match sealer, kicked the most important goal of the game to put them clear by 2 goals, and certainly she was one of the best players on the ground. Erin Loughnane stepped up when they needed her. Chrissy Trix kicked an important goal. Vicky Barron also super important, as were the Amaral sisters. So all over here, Etobicoke Roos, they win it by 12 points, I believe. In fact, it was 13. A wonderful win for Etobicoke. As we wrap up here from Humber South, thanks for joining us here on Rogers TV for this Women's Grand Final. Congratulations to the Roos, who are our premiers, and we'll see you again next time.